If you feel stuck, hesitate to share your ideas, avoid challenges, or doubt your abilities, then you are in the right place. In the next 6 minutes, I will share 3 battle-tested strategies that will uncover the confidence that's already within you. I've struggled with self-doubt, hit rock bottom, and clawed my way back to being confident. And in this long personal journey, I discovered something. Building confidence is a myth. Yep, no matter what we do, we cannot build confidence. Sounds contrarian, but hear me out. Have you noticed a small child? They are fearless, curious, and full of life. They take their first steps without worrying if they'll fall. Why is that? It is because they are born confident. In fact, confidence is our default state. So, where does all this self-doubt come from then? A short answer, from people around us. My journey of paralyzing self-doubt started in undergrad. Being an introverted person with a subdued personality, I became an easy target for my seniors and even some of my batchmates. It wasn't just embarrassing, it was soul-crushing. You don't belong here. You'll always be mediocre. You'll never break out of this shell. These thoughts weren't just whispers. They were deafening roars in my head. My grades plummeted. My confidence evaporated. I barely left my room except for classes, and even then, I felt like I was hiding behind books I didn't even understand. I couldn't see a way out of this spiral. But then something happened. On New Year's Eve, I looked in the mirror and realized I hated what I saw. It wasn't just a lack of confidence. It was self-doubt so intense that it paralyzed me. That's when I decided it had to change. I had to change. And over time, I did. But it wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. It was the result of deliberate steps I took to rebuild my confidence. So today, I want to share the 3 strategies that worked for me and that I know can work for you too. Strategy 1. Rewrite your inner dialogue. Let's start with something that we all deal with: negative self-talk. We all have that little voice in our heads that sometimes says things like, "You're not good enough. What if you fail?" Or "People will judge you." It holds us back more than we realize. For me, that voice was like a constant shadow during my first year of college. It told me that I'd never escape the box others had put me in. And because I believed it, I started shrinking myself to fit into that box. Here's the truth. That voice isn't your voice. It's a patchwork of the offhand comments and judgments you've internalized over the years. Those moments leave scars, and over time, they become the script we follow. But just like any script, it can be rewritten. For me, that happened when I finally realized I couldn't keep letting my inner dialogue hold me hostage. I decided to challenge it head-on. I started small. Instead of thinking that I'm not good at anything, I'd rather tell myself, "I'm learning and I'll get better." This is where mindfulness and meditation came into play. Before you brush it off as woo-woo, consider these practitioners. Of course, there are many more benefits of meditation, but that's for another day. So, how to leverage meditation to overcome negative beliefs? When you sit with your thoughts during meditation, you will start to see how much of that inner dialogue is based on limiting beliefs. Meditation creates space for you to challenge those thoughts and replace them with more empowering ones. Once you've got that awareness, the next step is to start self-talk and take the battle to your pesky self-doubts. And I'm not talking about just any self-talk. I'm talking about positive affirmations that build you up rather than tear you down. Instead of "I can't," shift to "I can figure this out." It might feel weird at first, but keep at it. And you'll start to notice that your mindset shifts from self-criticism to self-confidence. And once you're in that space, everything else becomes easier. Strategy 2. Build your portfolio of proof. Here's the thing. Changing your inner dialogue is important, but it's not enough. You also need tangible proof that you're capable. That's where the idea of a portfolio of proof comes in. For me, this realization hit when I started putting myself out there. I joined clubs, took up stage acting, and even enrolled in salsa classes. At first, it was terrifying. But every time I showed up, I chipped away at my self-doubt. And then I started pushing myself further, and in a few weeks' time, I was able to build a stack of evidence, literal proof, that I wasn't just surviving. I was thriving. Think of it this way. Confidence isn't about pretending to feel good all the time. It's about knowing you've tackled tough situations before. Think of portfolio of proof as your safety net. Whenever self-doubt creeps in, it acts as a reminder, "I've achieved hard things before. I can do this too." Here's how you to build your own portfolio of proof in 2 simple steps. Engage in activities you already excel at. When you do things you're good at, you reinforce the belief that you're capable. Maybe you're great at solving problems, organizing events, or cooking amazing meals. Whatever it is, do more of that. Celebrate your big and small wins. We often overlook the little things, but every win counts. These are all reminders of how far you've come. By collecting these moments, you start to build a bank of evidence that you can tap into when self-doubt creeps in. I'm accepting subscriptions for my portfolio of proof, and you are welcome to contribute generously. Now, even with a portfolio of proof, we still face moments of uncertainty. Here's a simple way to keep moving forward, even when doubt sneaks in. Strategy 3. Consult your older self. This last strategy is a game changer. Whenever you're feeling stuck or unsure about a decision, try this. Visualize your older self looking back at the situation you're currently facing. Imagine yourself at 80 years old, looking back at the decision in front of you. Would your older self regret not going for it? Or would they be proud that you took the leap? This is such a powerful tool because it gives you perspective. We often get so caught up in the immediate fear of failure or rejection that we forget to zoom out and see the bigger picture. But when you think from the perspective of your older, wiser self, you realize that most of the things you're worried about now won't matter in the long run. What will matter is that you took risks and lived fully.